Hi guys, welcome to my channel, Doma's Creations and More. Today I'm excited to share with you a little project that I made. If you will remember, here on my channel I shared with you some laces that Miss Debbie Hendricks excuse me, had sent me in Happy Mail. And so what I did was I just took a sampling of some of the laces, and I just clipped them together with a binder clip, and I had them hanging from my wall. And as I was sitting here crafting earlier, I saw them and I got inspired to make a little project with them. So I used this one right here, and then it's the white one, and it's ruffled, and this one is like 4 inches wide this way, and it's ruffled, and this one's white. Let me give you a close-up of that. Sorry, my my throat. There we go. Then I use this one, which is 1.25 inches, and it's white, and it has metallic the camera's not picking it up, but it's white, and it has, oh, there we go. Like, there we go. You could see them if I go like this. It has metallic swirls here and here, gold metallic swirls. I use those too. Then I use this, it's hot pink one, and this one is 1 inch wide, and it's ruffled. So I used these 3, and then I used a button, and this is what I made with it. Are you ready? It's beautiful, or at least if I do say so myself. Look at this. I made a layered flower, and it's bigger than my hand, guys. Look. Isn't it beautiful? I sure think it is. This is on the outside, this layer right here. Oh man, I threw it over here. Is this white lace? And then in the middle one, this one right here, is a white with gold. And then this is the pink. And then this is like a goldish brass colored button that I got from That's Just Penny, one of her kits that I bought. And these 3 laces are the ones that Miss Deb Hendricks sent me, my wee wish of lace. And I thought it turned out beautiful. So I'm going to show you how you can make one. Now, I wish I could give you measurements, and I can't. What I can do is share with you the measurements that I use for mine. The reason I cannot give you measurements is because of this. I don't know how wide your lace is. I don't know how wide you want your flower in diameter, and what you're going to use for your center. Now, for example, if you wanted to use this doily as your center, then you wouldn't need this. See, so it depends on your center. Now if it's bigger than the button, then the pink would have to be wider to cover the center. So that the center could look centered in the flower. I hope I'm explaining myself. But it's the same concept no matter how wide in diameter you want your flower, and it doesn't matter how wide your lace is. The technique that we're going to use is what's going to give it this flowery shape. Okay, so let me zoom in so that you can see. Oh, good. I'm glad I did that, because now you can see the gold specks. The reason I decided to use this one is because it has the gold flecks right here. See them? And it went great with this one because it's gold. And this was white with gold. This is a hot pink. And then look at that beautiful golden brassy color. And it's just beautiful. And again, I'll put my hand as a reference. It's humongous. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. like 6.5, no, 7 inches wide in diameter. Well, 7 inches in diameter. And so let me show you how it's done. I'm going to put this to the side. Now for my pink flower, this one right here, I use 6 inches of lace. This one I use 9 inches of lace, and this one I use like 12 inches of lace. It, like I tell you, it depends what you use as your center, and I'll show you what I mean by that. Now what I did was I took my lace, and I'm going to leave it zoomed in so that you can see. I will also be using red thread so you can see what I'm doing with the thread. All I did was I threaded the needle and I put my knot at the end. Now you take your lace and you're going to fold over the edge. The reason you want to fold over the edge is so that you have a clean edge, because if you pay attention to my flower, can you tell where it ends and where it starts? I don't think you can. It ends right here and starts right here. See how you can't tell? Right here. And the reason for that is I folded it over, and then I'll show you how to put it together so that you can't tell. People have told me before, and I agree with them, that I'm a perfectionist and I like things well done. Well, I do. I will admit it, I do. My grandmother used to say, if you're gonna do something, you know, do it right. So that's how I grew up, and that's how I do my things. So when you cut your lace, just make sure it's straight, sort of, kind of, right? Then what you're gonna do, you're gonna need to pay attention to your lace. There is a right side and a wrong side of the lace. Now in this roughly one, you can tell by where it folds. I'm trying to see. Okay, this is the back side. Well, how do I know it's the back side? Because see how this is finished? It looks seamless. Now I'm gonna turn it around. This is not finished, and you can tell by this right here. There we go. So this is the right side. So you're going to have the right side facing you, and you're going to fold over this edge. See how it's jagged? Well, we're going to fold it over and leave this alone, but you're going to fold it over here. See this? Then you're going to take your needle and you're going to go up this way. So it's folded there. Oh, I don't know why it started changing the color. Interesting. Okay, so you're going to put your needle this way, thread it through, and then you're going to push it that way. Basically, you're just holding that down. See it? Okay, then you're going to push it up again. And it doesn't have to be perfect. So you're going to be like this. Okay? Then you're going to take your needle and you're just going to go down and up. See what I did? Again, I'm going to do it down and then up. So you're just going to put it. So what you can do is just go push it through and then up if you want. The reason why you do this is because when you pull it, oops, and you don't get a knot just like I did, it's going to bring it together and it's going to give you that ruffle look. That's going to give you these right here, these little points, cause that ruffle. So you're going to go out and then in, out, up, down, up. what you're gonna do is make this right here a W. See how it goes this way? Oops. And you don't have to measure it. If you want to measure it, then do so, but it's not necessary. So what you can do, if you're very new to sewing and you don't know what to do, you can fold it like an accordion fold. And let me show you. See the accordion fold? You can fold it and then put your needle like in the middle, and it's the same thing without having to go up and down if you're very new to sewing. And then just push the needle through. Okay, so again, for those that do not know how to sew, you can just accordion fold. It's like half an inch. Yep, half an inch. Accordion fold. Oops, where's my other? And then thread the needle through all of it. Push the needle through. And so you're going to end up with something like this once you pull it through. Okay? That's what you're going to end up with. Now, let me go back to the flower. See how the flower is round this way? So what you're going to do is you're going to ungather this right here. See how it's starting to form a flower? And so what you're going to do is you're going to pull on it, unravel the ruffles, and you're going to meet these ends together. See what I did? Just gathered it right here. I'm pinching it. Again, when you finish your accordion fold and you thread your needle through, this is what you're going to have. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take it apart slowly. See how it's starting to kind of make that flower? Then you're going to take this end right here and that end right there. Kind of hold them together, pinch them. See how I'm pinching? Kind of lay it out, move it, flatten it out if you will, and it starts to form the outer flower. See it? So once you have that, is you're going to take your needle and you're going to take those two ends that you pinched right here, and all you're going to do is sew them together. How do you do that? You put the two ends and you're going to go through. And then you're going to push it back this way, forward that way, just back and forth. And then you're going to make a knot. You make a knot by having this loop right here, and you go through it and pull it taut. Again, you have a loop. My finger is. Oops. Really. You have a loop. I want to show you for those that don't know how to sew. There we go. See how there's a loop? You're going to put your needle through the loop and pull. So again, you're going to make a loop, right? Put your needle through the loop and pull, and then leave a little tail. So now you have your first layer. See the outside? So flatten it out. Kind of just mess with it. This is the underside. I'm going to flip it over. Now, remember how I told you you can't tell where I started and where I ended? All you're going to do here at the ends, you're going to put the two ends together, see? Now, you're going to have to play with it I'm going to flatten it out. And you can play with this so that your flower lays as flat as possible. Kind of tuck these under. See? Now, pay attention to the edge. See how it curves and then comes in. It curves, right? And then it has to come in, right? Look. It curves, it comes in, 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 it curves. So it needs to come in, right? So what you're going to do is take this end and put it on top of this one to kind of mimic the shape of the other one. There. See how it curves and comes in, it curves and comes in, it curves and comes in, and now, let's see, now you can't tell where it starts. So what you're going to do, what I did here is I took some fabric tack and I ran a bead of fabric tack, and then I took the lace, met up these corners and went like this and glued them together. Now I'm not going to do this with this one because I do not want to make another flower. I only need one flower because I'm working on a friend's gift. So that's how you make these flowers. This is the first one. And then you're going to do the same thing with the second one. So let me just knot it. Okay. Oops. Did I? Yep. Okay. Again, for those that don't know how to sew, there's a right way and a wrong way. You're going to take the right way looking at you. How can you tell this is the right way? Because the bottom is undone. See how it comes up? And this one doesn't. So what you're going to do is, for those that don't know how to sew, the right way is facing you. And you're just going to accordion fold it. And just hold it, accordion, that way, that way, that way, that way. Just hold on to it. Oops. Be a little bulky, but. So all I did was accordion fold it. See? Then you're going to take your needle. You're going to hold it here and you're going to loop it all the way through. Poke it all the way through this bundle right here. If the needle is not long enough, just push it through one section and then do the rest. If it comes undone, push it down and do it again. See how it's zigzagged? Accordion fold it. Oops, almost poked myself. Okay, and then push it through. And you're going to push it through the top right here, the very top. So this is what you're going to be left with. This one's smaller, so it looks smaller. Don't panic. So you're going to be left with that. Now what you're going to do is meet up the ends. The end and the end. You're going to meet up the ends, pinch him, take your needle, push that way, push it back, away from you. Oops. What did I do there? Okay, I'll figure it out right now. And back. Remember the loop? You're going to put your needle through the loop. Push it towards you. The loop. Put your needle through. One more time. Look for the loop. Put your needle through. Oops. Look for the loop. Push your needle through. Pull it tight, leave a little tail. This is what you're going to be left with. So now all you're going to do is try to lay it flat. This little flower is this right here. Now this one's bigger. How is it bigger? By loosening up the space in between, you can make it bigger. This one stayed a little smaller. So what you do is untie it here and see how this becomes less of a ruffle. So let me show you. I'm going to cut mine to show you because there's no other way of doing it other than giving it more slack. And I didn't leave slack. Okay, so that's the way it looks. But if you give it more slack, in other words, you want to ravel it more, and what you do is you pull and you have less of a ruffle, your flower becomes bigger. See? That's how big that one is. So now if I wanted to use this as a center, I put that in the middle and I stretch it until it's right where it covers. See that? If I want it smaller, then I would take my end, which I lost. Where is it? And what you do is you pull it and it becomes tighter. But I took it apart to show you. So that's how you make these flowers. You make one and you lay it down. Then you accordion fold it, remember? Put the needle through. You pull on it and makes a tight ruffle. You put it down, you open it up, and you layer them on top of each other. So if I wanted to, I can make this one double layered. See? And you add, or you make them smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. So I hope that you like this tutorial. It's a quick and easy way to make flowers. If you just wanted the pink flower, you do it the same way, or you can use your hot glue gun or even the fabric tack. Now let me see if I can do it with a fabric tack. I haven't tried it, but you can definitely do it with hot glue. Only thing is that you'll burn your fingers. Warning, you will burn your fingers if you use hot glue. Okay, so I'm going to try to use the fabric tack. Again, the right side up. I put a tiny drop of glue. Then I'm going to touch it to the other side. What I'm doing is making this little ruffle here. Hold it until the fabric tack dries. Which I don't know how long it's going to take because I haven't tried it. But you can do it with hot glue. There we go. So I'm going to take a little. Put a little bit of glue of the fabric tack right there. See the shining? Then I'm going to bend it over, touch the ends, and pinch it. What I'm creating is these little ruffles there. Okay, I have to pinch it until it dries. Again, a little bit of glue. It's right here. Put the glue and the glue together. Pinch it down. And I need to hold it until it dries. Which takes a little while. If you do the hot glue, it dries faster, but like I said, you will burn your fingers. It can be done. I've done it before. I just don't have my glue gun connected right now. Okay, there. This is a straight edge without the glue, and then this is where I'm gathering it together. So again, you take a bit of glue. I'm going to put more glue over here. Put the glue together, and pinch it. Put the glue together and pinch it. I'm trying to give it some time to gather up or glue to itself. Come on. It just takes a while to dry because it's sticking to itself. And it's sticking to my finger. Okay. Okay. One more last piece of glue. Okay. Stick that together. And I'm pinching it so that the glue can dry. That's what I'm saying. If you do it with hot glue, you need to grab it in such a way that you do not, ouch, it's sticking to me, that you do not burn yourself. Okay, so what it did, it gathered it up. See how, look at the difference, it's straight, and this one is ruffled, right? So then what you would do is you would take whatever center you were going to use, and then see what I did is kind of like open it up so I can meet this end and this end. So I'm going to put glue here. This is fabric tack. I'm going to put the edge of the button there and kind of stretch it. And hold it. Hold it until it dries. It's sticking to me. Okay, there we go. Now, see how these edges are open right here? In order for it to look nice and put together, you're going to take a little bit of fabric tack and glue those ends together. Here, the little end came out. Oops, turn it off. Oh, please don't stick to me. And you're gonna fiddle with it until it's nice and round. Now my button moved off center a little bit. And there you go. You can also do them with fabric tack. It's just a little sticky. You have to hold on to it until it dries, and then there you have it. Let me see what I can make with this one. I'm trying to take off this red. The red thread. Okay. Let me see. Oh, I don't think I have a big enough button for that. Nope, I don't have a big enough button. I can make this one. Do I have another one? I thought I had a brown one. Yeah, okay. I'll put some glue here on the button. Around the diameter, see? Around the button. The right side of the lace facing me. This is the back of the button. And then I'm going to glue it, pinch it, pinch it. Oh, okay. Oh my goodness. No. Okay, I'm going to stop. Reason I say I'm going to stop, the fabric tack, let's see if it picks it up. the fabric tack started eating away at that button for whatever reason, and you see it started turning it brown, maroonish, like the button. So I stopped, because if not, I'm going to ruin the lace. So that's how you do it. I can't do it with that one. But yeah, you can do it with fabric tack. You can do it with hot glue. This one is fabric tack and it's ready. And then all you do is layer it on top of that one. You can even put it on top of the doily. And look, remember, if I was going to use this one, I would put the fabric tack there so that it has an even little look all the way around, and I can put that down. So now, if I wanted to, I could use that doily as part of my flower, and I could glue it on top of there. I would glue the end here. And so now, I would put it in the center, of course. I'll put this one in the center. It's sticking to me. So I would have 2 flowers if I wanted to. But I only need 1 for a gift, so I'll stay with this one. But this is how quickly you can make flowers with a needle. And oh my gosh, what did I do with my needle? That's important right here. I didn't put it on my magnet. It's important because I don't want to step on it. How quickly you can make flowers with pieces of lace, a needle and thread, or just your fabric tack glue or hot glue if you wanted to. Then you layer it on top. You can use a doily if you want. You can just make different sizes of flowers. Only the middle one would need the center. See how this one doesn't have a center, or that one doesn't have a center, unless you just wanted to make this, for example. Of course, you would probably want a bigger center than that, but unless you just wanted just 1 layered flower, which is just this one, you would use a bigger center so it could look better, or whatever center you wanted there. You wanted 2 layers, or you could use doilies. What else could you use for the center? I was looking at something earlier, which is a piece of ephemera. I would print it out on cardstock. I would put it in the middle. You could also just use this on your cover without the doily, probably on the white, see, and start doing your covers that way, or a big tag or something like that. This is just a piece of ephemera. There's endless possibilities. Let's see, what else do I have over here? How about a square one?